back with the Allied. Oh, reorganization phase. So I guess they already did their mobilization. Now we're doing reorganization. And number one's really key. Convert static supply. That's where I kind of had to give myself a mulligan on the last turn. And this is part of the game where if you're playing with an opponent, you better have your statics flipped over the right way, or else they might not let you be so kind as I was to myself. So I'm looking at these units here, and you really just gotta look at the way the game goes. All right, this is our first turn, so we'll go ahead and have us a reorganization, movement, combat. Then we come back here. This is key. Reorganization. We'll get a chance to static or mobilize the supply, then supply. So I guess on this first turn, you really don't have to worry about it. But on the second turn, you got to have that supply close by. So right here, we got a little tank company and Kuwaiti brigade with no supply anywhere near. So we'll have to check that out. But like I said, we just got our forces pulled into Basra. We're getting ready to deploy them because there is an imminent threat from the north. Be back. All right, this is what happens after the Allies, British / Indians, have moved out of Basra. In Basra, I have a bunch of supply, like 2 supply units, and I moved my recon unit there. So we got a defense factor, maybe 4. With some column shifts if we need it with air support, and the fact we're in the city. Up the road, do I move these guys off the road? I'm using their zone of control to block any movement towards Basra. I also got them in a town, so they'll be immune to that attrition check. Immune to attrition. Won't have to supply on up. And here's my main force. Brought up all my Riverine units. Got my headquarters unit there. Couple freshly arrived British. Are those Indians again? Let's see here. LAB. We'll have to look those up for identification. But I got 2 infantry divisions, the mechanized infantry, and of course the supply. So there we go. Also moved my supply into the town there. Try to get away from any partisans that are feeling froggy locally. So everybody's pretty well garrisoned on up, ready to go. If I could piecemeal and get to some of these divisions that are by themselves, destroy them as they come on in. That'd definitely help, but it's a situation. We're going to have some Allied combat. Be right back. All right, what we do, we're going to assign an air unit to the combat. Proceeding. Also, this is about the last turn, so we're going to try to finish this game on up. And just on some thoughts here real quick. Hold on a second for a cough break. We're thinking about another game. Now, American Revolution, Hidden Strike's a good game. I showed you the basics of that. And as a matter of fact, I played that game about three or four times since that video. Yet to win. It's like I said, it's a tough game. I don't know how solitaire is a card game because I've never really played it. Well, I might have years back, when I was an infant. But I don't know if solitaire, the actual card game's hard to win. But yeah, that one there is really tough. But watch my video and you'll see what's up with that one. But when I get done here, we're going to go back over to that table and finish up that 30 Years War game. But after that, we got another game on the other map, so that'll be nice. But playing that game got me thinking about a new game, my next purchase. And like I said, I got one that's in the P500 for GMT games, but COVID must have knocked them for a loop because I ordered that game a couple years ago. It's still being developed, but it looks like a real good game, and it's probably their most popular game in development. You just got to look at their number of orders, you'll know what game I'm talking about. But anyway, what am I thinking about? Oh, so anyway, playing that tactical game over there for 30 Years of War has got me kind of thinking. I mean, I could pop up one of these. As a matter of fact, old Comanchera was my very first game I played for my YouTube video, but my phone burnt up and I wasn't able to post it. So I might do. That's a good solo game, that Comanchera. Uh, but I was thinking about a GMT tactical game that's a little bit more intricate. And I'll be taking a big step on the intricacy when I think about getting this game. But it is the Great Battles of History, and not the Great Battles of History Simple Edition, simple rules or simplified, the regular game. So I'll be taking a big plunge in my complexities on some of these games. But it's kind of fun. It ain't that bad. None of these games are that bad. Even Gulf Strike and all these other ones I played, War and Peace. Once you get them all down and get the steps and everything, and get through maybe a couple practice games where you screw things up and you learn the process like anything else. Anyway, that's just my thoughts. We're going to be back here. We had to sign some air cover or air support. We will see if the Central Powers units or Central Powers player wants to respond or save his air for another attack. We'll be back. Alright, we got a little note here to make per rules. And we might have skipped this one too, but I can't remember how to rewind and look on past combats. And I know I've done it for the offensive air missions. When I threw Central Powers air unit on there as a defensive mission, I might not have followed the right procedure. And I know I always do it when I follow. Whenever you want to attack, you got to have a supply unit nearby. I think within 4 hexes, that's 4 hexes, that range is over there on the right. So therefore, we got supply all over the place here. So the allied player has no problem throwing in some air support, and it doesn't use up your area or your support unit either. You just got to have one there to have a mission. But I just went over here and grabbed this old unit and threw it on the pile, thinking just see who's going to respond. But let's go back here to the rules. When flying air missions, air units are placed in the map in hexes within range. 14.2. Sorry there, Central Powers player, but you have no supply within range, so you will get no air support. So there you go. Nice little battle there with some 2 column shifts. We'll be back. I'm going to turn these units right way because of move, and we'll have combat. So when it's all said and done, we got 45 allied combat strength versus 36 combat factors for the Central Powers player. We divide that to 125 times 100, comes up to look under the 125 table. We got it all set up to go there, but we have a few column shifters. Number one, the Central Powers Turks are in a marsh, and it depends on what time of year it is. We're in the winter and spring, so we'll go over here under marsh, and winter spring will be the top one. Oh, and the white, that's a -1. So in the spring with all the flood, they get a -1 column shifter. So we'll go down here to the 125, and we'll go down 1, making the attack even worse. But in their favor, we get 2, 1 for the headquarters unit and 1 for the air support. So we're back up here to this column. Next we'll go straight for the combat. Grabbing me the allied central player die. We're ready. It's a 3. Bloodbath. Ouch. Those suckers always hurt. Alright, let's see what we got here. Eliminate all units from the side with the fewest combat factors. Man, that's a killer. Alright, well that will be Mr. 36 Central Powers player. Oh man. But to make it even worse, we gotta take at least 36 off of these guys, or these units. I'm not gonna say guys no more. These units. So There you go. Let me distribute the casualties. I'll be right back. Wow, well, there you go. I don't know what divisions numbers mean, but yeah, this is on the scale of a Gallipoli or a Verdun. Man, life be cheap in the Middle East in 1918. But you can see the Turks made good, took down a bunch with them, even some Riverine units. And we are not that strong there anymore. Turks got more units coming on through, but you can see the whittling down of forces. That will be it for the first phase of the Allied player. Here to withdraw units. Oh, what will the events and fate hold for the Central Powers? We'll get back. Air unit, roll. 3. Return. Alright. Okay, so you need to, I guess, to avoid those low odds battles. Guess the British general gonna be sent home and put in a break for that one. Because now he's left his forces all weakened. I don't know if they'll be able to survive the onslaught. We'll see. At least he's a little bit of a buffer before they get to Basra. See how it turns out. Last turns here. And rolling on the Central Power. Oh. Allied die over there. Central Power table. 1917. And we just went into 1918. With a 6. Pan-Tyrannism. 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 Central Power recruits 195 composite divisions, or all component brigades deploy in the Central Power's entrance zone or city currently occupied by Central Power units. Okay. So old Pan-Tyrannism must mean that some ideological allies contributed some troops. So we'll be right back. Alright, the Ottoman 3EXF Composite Division. Composite meaning made up of infantry and mobile mechanized. Alright, that'll be it, and we are ready for some what do we call that? Let me see. We call it the mobilization. Alright, not reorganization. I was going to put reorganization first. My bad. That's why I got to look it up every 2 minutes. My mind ain't what it used to be. Mobilization phase. We'll be right back. Okay, we had one from our little event earlier. We get 2 for Baghdad Station, 1 for Mosul. That'll be a total of 3 recruitment points from areas controlled on the board. Right now, I'm going to roll the dice for the rest, looking for a nice high number. Is it fate or what? Oh, there you go. He's got 5. Not what you're looking for is the Ottoman player, that's for sure. But in these games, it's all about the die rolls. Alright, completed the shopping. Not much you can buy with 5. 1, 2, 3. The most important one right here, 4, 5. That'll be it for the Ottoman player. I'll put these slow camels right here, but I believe I can put my Riverine unit right here in Baghdad along that river, and that'll help out a lot. Look into the rules, and now we want to start getting some units down here to the front. It will now be the reorganization phase for the Central Powers player. Entrenchments, build, break down units, rebuild units, or flip supply from static to mobile. I don't think we'll be doing any of that yet. Wait for the second phase on that, I do believe, but we'll be right back. Alright, like I said, I don't think there'll be any reorganizations. or I guess that's what it was called. Oh, make sure, reorganization phase, yeah. So when Central Powers players first turn, they'll go to movement. And they are still shell-shocked from losing 3 divisions in a tango with the British. So it kind of gave them pause, time to think. I wonder if they might want to wait for all their forces, make one last push on the last turn for some victory points, hexes. Because going down there one at a time ain't working out. They're chewing them up with those column shifters. Be back. Oh, Central Powers before and the after Central Powers movement. You can see I moved that cavalry unit from the interior to Baghdad as some kind of garrison. The old caravans are slow going, but here's what we got. And well, I've yet to move these units here, so let me make sure everything's okay with them. But initially, this is our game plan. My composite infantry couldn't get involved. I got maxed out on my stacking there, so we're gonna try to swing him on over. Won't be able to do anything in this turn, but this is it. We got one turn, maybe next turn to get Basra. Then it'll be called a game. Let's see what we do with these units here. We'll be right back. Also, I forgot we did our first Riverine movement, but the Riverine movement capacity is, I think it's 1 battalion. Hold on, we gotta take a sneeze break. Oh shoot. Okay. So there you go. This is the one unit. There was a regiment that was moved by Riverine, and he will be able to throw his attack factors in on this attack here. So we will also be able to employ air support. So I think we're going to go ahead and move these 2 brigades on down. I was thinking about coming on up here, but I don't want to risk another attack. Well, although most of his units are gone now, so I never think about that. But we'll move one over here, and we will employ our air unit. All right, and the British have to have an area within 4 hexes of a supply unit to employ or deploy an area unit. And we'll see here where their closest supply is. There's one right there. So 1, 2, 3. Ooh, he'll be able to make it. He will be able to make it. That sucks for the Iraqi player, or for the Central Powers player. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I believe he will. So here we go with our air response from the Allied player. That'll just cancel each other out. Be back with the attack. All right, we got a pretty good attack going on there. It's basically only the Kuwaiti unit with a little bit of tank support for a column shift, but other than that, that'll be it. The road will be wide open, but they served their purpose in stalling the attack on Basra for now. So we will be having us a maximum attack for the attacker, but he will suffer a 1 column shift because of the armor, and that's it. The air canceled each other out. Rolling in Central Power die for the battle, and he gets a 4. 1, 2, 3, DD. Defender probably eliminated. Oh, let's see here. Battle results. DD. Eliminate all defending units other than divisions. We're good to go. All surviving units, there is no advance though. So both of these units will be eliminated. No advancing in a town, but we got plenty of supply that we can convert to static and get everybody supplied on up. Was part of the plan. All right. Let's see. We'll go into our. I guess he could be recycled. I think the old Kuwaiti though will have to go into the discard pile. Rolling for the Iraqi air unit. The 5. He gets to return to his staging area. Oh, you know what though? Oh, that's right. I was gonna say he had to be within range, but he was within range. Okay. All right. That is his die. Grab us the 5. Ooh. Gets the return also. Alright. That will be it for the Central Powers first turn. Oh. First turn, movement, combat, we're done. Allied second player turn. We're getting there. End of the game, what's in sight? Well, it looks like it's a Allied victory. We gotta look at all the ins and outs of the victory conditions. But unless Central Powers can take Basra, that's what I was looking for. Like, be back with the Allied second player turn. All right, we got us a serious mistake here. And since, like I said, it is my solo game, I can overlook my stupidity. But yeah, we got an obvious move here we could have made, and that was with partisans capturing Abadan. So I guess they'll go ahead and do that, move right on in. I just ignored them the whole time. I'm sitting here looking at them thinking, oh, why wouldn't I move them in? So they went ahead and moved on in there and captured old Abadan, which wasn't garrisoned. That's a big hurt. That is a big hurt for the oh, why did he move in there earlier? I don't think there was any reason. We just forgot about the front. Alright, there you go. We're up to date now. And well, if he would have took that, the Allied player would have made a response, but let me look at the situation right now. Sorry, we're good. Central Powers player was the last one to move. I thought that he would have moved before, but we just finished the combat for the Central Powers player, so he would have moved in there. Would have been nothing. No units would have been there to prevent him. So we're good. We just forgot to do it. So there you go. There's a big victory point for the Ottoman player. We'll be back with the British response in their second phase.